As an admin, just switch into Jira administration, select fields and create a new field and give it as a type group sign off multi-approval field, and call it my approvals, and then configure context and default values. On that tab here, you determine based on these aspects here what type of work this belongs to, as well as which projects, or if it's globally. And the important part is that you can configure your approvals here. This is a multi-step guidance, which is much simpler than previously. Here you just select who is a decision maker, and you can name it like top management, and you can add deciders and select the type from a user picker, a Jira group, a project role, or even a static user list. So for example, you want to have a role here, and you see all various roles defined, and you can add additional ones, which means like let's say Jira administrators, and so you can aggregate from multiple sources. This is a subset of users, and you can define conditions here for a subset. For example, start decision immediately. Okay, if you create a new issue, it is started immediately, but you can also say as a precondition, if status, for example, is equal to in progress. And here you see the different IDs. The IDs relate to Jira because it's covered here by team managed projects as well as company managed projects. And if you select like equal here, it's better if you are not sure to say in progress 3 for all these different in progress fields. So if the status is in one of these in progress fields, decision is starting. This makes it more general. And you can stop here as soon as it has reached a final result, as the older previous releases of the app as well. But also what's new, you can determine by define a timeout. And you can say timeout is after, for example, the due date minus 3 weeks. And then put it into decline. In that case, if you define a due date of an issue, 3 weeks earlier to that due date, it will be automatically timed out if not decided and put into the status finally decided, declined. What you can also do is approve or just abroad without any decision. Then you can define various rules. So for example, when shall it be signed off? For example, for this set of users, which we defined initially here on the first step, just one of the users approve, then it's signed off, or all of them have to sign off, or a majority has to approve. You can even specify a percentage, like a 2/3 majority or whatever kind of percentage you want. Or you can say at least 3 users as minimum have to approve out of whatever number of users you have as decision makers. Let's say all of them have to approve, and to decline, just one user declines like a veto, and then it's automatically switched to declined. As a next step, you have got here various options. They are grouped in different topics like delegation and business continuity, and different aspects for voting aspect. Then you have got a privacy section where you have got various display options, and finally the look and feel. As soon as an issue is finally signed off or declined, you can make auto transitions. And here you see it is globally used for all projects and all work types. If you have configured it in the context for just a specific project or specific work types, it will be listed here and shown. And you have here a list of all available workflow transitions and their related schemes. Here, for example, you can mention multiple ones. If you see here, done in project sample is different from done in software workflow for this project, which means done is named identical. But if you take a look as an admin into Jira, you will recognize that done has got different IDs here, which means multiple dones are available. What you can do in that case is you can just use different ones here to say, for example, resolve. Yeah, so you have got a sequence of statuses listed here and selected. And what the app is doing, as soon as it is finally signed off, it tries to transition into the first status, into done. If this fails, it tries to make a transition into resolved. If it fails, okay, then nothing has happened. So by doing this approach, you are more flexible if you have got different workflow definitions for various projects, but just a single definition for a group sign-off field here, which makes the configuration much easier. You can step backwards. Here in the list is shown, just previous and next step. But very often to get an overview of overall, entering is fine to use previous and next step, but for an overall view, it is much easier to say expand as a single page. And then you can see here, select the users. Here you see all your users. Start decision if status is in that fields, or stop decision for timeout, your voting logic, your options, and your workflow transitions. You have to scroll, but you have got all together in one view, and so you get a quite good overview. This is just the initial version of the new major release, which will come is that you have got the advanced configuration. Like here, this is more for a time period where you transfer your current old group sign-off fields into the new approach using group sign-off fields. And these group sign-off fields are real custom fields now, which means you can use these custom fields on your agile boards, in your column of a search result page, everywhere in Jira, which makes it much, much more flexible. I hope you will like it, and I appreciate your feedback. Thank you very much.